My name is Tiffany Wood. Today we're going to work on a really delicious hip opener called Agni Sthambhasana. It's the fire log pose, or double pigeon, some people call it. And I find one of the greatest challenges is this for this pose with people with tight hips is we don't quite know what to do with our feet and how to keep the feet and the shins in a steady enough place that the hips can find some opening. All right. You take one shin so that it's parallel to the edge of your mat, and then make your foot really strong. Same thing with the other foot. And as you bring it over, it's just like mountain pose foot. The second toe lines up with the middle of your ankle. That will never change. And then as we widen the inner thigh of the top leg, the sit bone goes wide. You got to keep this leg that's on the floor down. That's a common mistake. People try to reach the hip over, both legs come up, and you get stuck. So the grounded hip stays grounded. The top hip sitting bone goes wide against the resistance of a very steady foot, ankle, and shin. So we keep the foot in mountain pose shape, and we take a big journey with that lifted sit bone as far off to the side as you can. Pull your belly in and up so the core is strong. And once your sit bone gets almost to the floor, draw your tailbone down into the earth. And then here's the big trick. From your hips, stretch through your leg bones and then press your feet in opposite direction. And here is the double pigeon, or Agni Sthambhasana, fire log pose. And you come out the same way you come in. The good news is there's two sides. Keep the leg that's on the floor grounded, the feet very active, on fire. Rooting through the grounded hip, widen the top hip as far as you can. The knee and the inner thigh will go wide, wide, wide. Sit bone towards the earth. Belly pulls up and back. And then tailbone roots. Press your feet in opposite direction. So another tip for the really tight-hipped person for the fire log pose is definitely got to use a blanket. Here's the rule of thumb. When you cross your legs, if your knees come up higher than your hip bones, or your lower back is really rounded, use a prop to sit up higher so that you can find a little more freedom inside your pelvis. So here we go. We'll take one foot, and it's at 90 degrees from shin to upper thigh. Both feet stay really steady, like a mountain pose foot. And then here we go. Place your foot, and then take a deep breath and give yourself some space. Keeping the leg that's on the ground, widen your sit bone as far as you can. And then as you extend from your pelvis through the leg bone of that top leg, you might twist your pose just a little bit, like sort of like a corkscrew action. And that might get your knee. It's the extension from the hip to the knee that can get the knee to come down. You don't ever want to push on it. It's more of an extension from the hip to the knee, to the foot, and they go in opposite direction. Happy fire in your hips.